No escape! Lash it down!
Be silent. Observe. Night falls. The long sleep beckons. Be silent. He who wishes to peer into the abyss needs simply to wander through Nodcry on a misty night. The march of the wild hunt will be sure to drag him into the darkness. Close your eyes. Night falls. Be silent. Observe. Hear the dark.
Ready? Illusion shattered!
Be silent. To dust. To dust. Observe. To dust.
Look! The rainbow!
Be silent. Close your eyes. Observe. Goodness, how the world has changed. Might I ask, when did the custom of placing treasure chests in every nook and cranny come into fashion? Let us have a modicum.
shattered! Ding dong water buck!
You're pretty sharp.
Be silent. Fear the dark. Close your eyes.
Shine down!
Resistance is futile. Save yourself.
Fear the dark.
Let's dance!
Better to just let the youngins choose their own path in life, huh?
Let the show begin.
A base of dandelion wine, aged for 25 years.
All three of those ingredients are fairly sugary. It'll have a lovely sweet aftertaste, even a little too cloying. A spoonful of salt and half a spoon of powdered summer orchid leaf should cut through the sweetness in a way that's clear but not overpowering.
I can imagine it now. A delightfully layered flavor.
It's all down to the seasonings you sent me, Lady Nefer. Otherwise, I'd have no idea how to mix up a cocktail that so befits Nodcry.
Just a little gift. I'm glad you liked it. I'll be happy to send more when you run out.
Many thanks. Though I think one taste is enough where these seasonings are concerned. Besides, you sent so much I could hardly finish it by my lonesome. And my colleagues aren't accustomed to these flavors, so I can't even share around. I'm afraid they'll end up sitting on a shelf going to waste.
Can't say I'm surprised your colleagues at Liyue's Ministry of Civil Affairs aren't too keen. I wouldn't expect the flavors of Nodcry to be their cup of tea. Though, from what I've seen, might I presume that we've won you over?
I wouldn't go that far, though it's not like I dislike the food here. It's good to try new things occasionally.
I love your attitude. You'd make a great businesswoman. It would be nice if everyone from the Ministry of Civil Affairs were like you.
Come on now, are we going to do this song and dance every time I drop by? Stop fixating on the Ministry. Never mind them. Have you managed to carve out a single foothold in Liyue after all these years?
You know what they say over there. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. If I don't test the waters, how will I ever know?
Don't waste your energy. No matter how long those claws of yours are, you're never getting them stuck into Liyue.
Is that a warning?
It's advice.
Long claws, you say? I wouldn't think myself so formidable. There's barely a handful of people I have any influence over at all. I can only really think of one young girl who listens to what I say. But she's not the brightest, and I spend more time looking after her than getting any help.
Oh, really? Then I guess that painter who fishes in Dihua Marsh, and that apprentice who makes tofu in Chingsa Village, and that guy who wants to work at Wanmin Restaurant. All these people who mysteriously appeared in Liyue. I guess you have no idea who they are?
Many people pass through Liyue Harbor every day. Far too many to count. How could I possibly know every last one of these enigmatic nobodies? Though I must say, your memory is quite impressive. Your colleagues must sleep easily knowing they have you to lean on.
Why, thank you. Though with you around, nothing is ever easy. I can only say that there's never a boring day.
Is that so? Surely your workload has lightened now that you're far from the ministry? If you've got time for another drink, I'd be more than happy to mix you one. Here's to a relaxing day for us both.
Hey there. Looking for a drink or two? Or perhaps a room for the night? A drink? Or some information? Either way, I can happy to oblige.
He who wishes to peer into the abyss needs simply to wander through Nodcry on a misty night. The march of the wild hunt will be sure to drag him into the darkness. Let us have a modicum of patience for the richness and complexity of humanity. The wanton cruelty of the few is not worth our ire.
Hey there. Looking for a drink or two? Or perhaps a room for the night? A drink? Or some information? Either way, I'd be happy to oblige. Our drink recommendations? For starters, For starters, I recommend you drink this. Hey there. Looking for a drink or two? Or perhaps a room for the night?
People ought not be so frightened of ghosts. They are merely talking shadows, chattering away endlessly about their past affairs.
Or some information. Either way, I'd be happy to oblige. For starters, I recommend you drink less. Hey there. Looking for a drink or two? Or perhaps a room for the night? A drink? Or some information? Either way, I'd be happy to oblige. Hey there! Looking for a drink or two? Or perhaps a room for the night?
Here to sign up with the Fatui. Make sure your paperwork is all
A drink? Or some information? Either way, I'd be happy to oblige.
Let us have a modicum of patience for the richness and complexity of humanity.
You drink less?
The wanton cruelty of the few is not worth our ire.
Looking for a drink or two? Or perhaps a room for the night?
Be silent. Observe. Fear the dark. Close your eyes.
Here's the thing. You can't live life without a...